Alright everybody, we are back with another dissection video today. So Greg decided to grace us with his presence on YouTube with a video titled Hi. So yeah. So as everybody knows, Greg had called the police on Chris Hansen when he decided to make a house call to him. So we will see what his video is about. I've heard that he's doing an apology video of some kind. We'll just see. I got nicotine ready, and I am going to dissect this. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know what's going to happen. So, let's dive into this. Don't give him views, by the way.
Hi, this is not what you expected. Most of you, at least. I wanted to talk about some important stuff. First of all...
Important stuff? You mean like, oh, you were diagnosed with things? Sorry.
The videos you've been seeing on this channel are all fake.
We know. We know it's fake.
And I thought people would know that they were fake because I didn't think my acting was that good, but apparently...
Your acting is about as good as Kristen Stewart in Twilight. In other words, no.
Apparently, not a lot of people did. People think I'm actually homeless. They think I'm actually living in a tent. They think...
We know nobody actually thinks that.
I actually would pour kombucha on myself because a Patreon got deleted.
That you did.
My strategy was, because my Patreon did get deleted, as a result of me posting a text that was very nice. It was a very nice text, talking about nice things.
You doxed your ex, dumb shit.
That happened in my past. There was somebody that I used to know who said nice things to me, and I shared that with everyone else, saying, hey, wasn't it great when we were nice to each other a long time ago? And I was just showing how I kind of miss those times when we were nice to each other, and I forgot to crop out the top of the text.
You forgot. Okay, whatever. We'll see what else you have to say.
I actually noticed it, and I removed it before anyone could really freak out about it, but...
You didn't remove it. Twitter did.
People freaked out anyway. So then I lost my Patreon because I forgot to crop out the top of the text, which was, again, a nice text. And
it doesn't matter what it was about. You forgot. You didn't... Sorry. My jaw is starting to hurt, and I'm drooling a little bit. Man, this sucks. But no. Now you're making excuses for yourself? Come on. At least be a man about it.
The text to follow were like talking about how I don't wish any ill, and I hope that everyone's, happier and stuff like that, but it just translated to doxing.
You did. Quit being a bitch.
It was an accident. It was a mistake on my part. I'm sorry for that.
No, you're not.
So about these freak out videos, I made them to make money, to compensate for the Patreon loss. I thought, when my Patreon was deleted, I thought, how can I turn this negative into a positive? And I started onisionfans.com, but I was like, how do I promote this site? How do I get people to watch this content that I make? And I thought, freak out videos. People love freak out videos.
Not from you, they don't. And your freak out videos are fucking stupid. You can't act.
They go viral, and they did. A lot of them. The first one got over 1 million views, and it's because people want to see what follows their narrative. They want to see someone have a meltdown.
Oh, shut up. Quit being a little baby.
If they think that person is a psychopath, they want to gaslight them or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about gaslighting, really? You're gonna talk about gaslighting. Okay. We see you.
And they want to believe that this person's completely insane, they'll do that. And anyone with common sense would probably know that, listening to me explain this is a direct contradiction of the person who cannot
Anyone with common sense knows blah 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 blah. Shut up.
explain anything in these videos, who
You're gonna go on for 11 fucking minutes doing this shit? Come on, man.
freaks out at the smallest thing, who loses their mind on a fly, starts crying randomly, or there's points where I was faking seizures in a
You were faking seizures. Yeah, we know. You were mocking your ex for having a seizure. We know what that was about.
comedic fashion for views, and people still thought it was real. I made an entire video about how I pooped on my back
You didn't poop on your back. We know you didn't. Quit being a bitch.
allegedly, and people thought that was real. And I didn't realize I could push the limits so far and people would still believe it, and they did.
We don't believe it. No one believes it.
And I thought that was crazy. Like, people actually thought that I traded out my car and my house for a dog.
No, we don't believe that. No one believes it.
And people actually thought that when I was a child, a dog hopped on my back and did horrible things to me. They literally believed these
No, we didn't. No one believed it. No one.
stories that were a means for me to get more views on YouTube. And that's why I put every single video there in the entertainment category, because I thought that people would understand that I was doing that for entertainment. But that's not really what this video is about.
Is there a rest stop between here and the point?
So I wanted to talk about something that I addressed a long time ago with you guys, and I did so in a fashion which was both ignorant and cruel. Cruel, like horrible of me.
So basically how you are to everybody then.
It was the topic of RAPE. I made a lot of anti-RAPE videos, like trying to stand up for victims, be a white knight.
Yeah, which you fucking failed to do apparently.
Say this is what you should do if you're in that situation. First of all, if you've never gone through that, you shouldn't be telling people how to deal with it. And I was telling a lot of people how to deal with it, what they should do. And people were saying, you've never been a victim of it, so you wouldn't know. And you shouldn't tell people how to deal with it.
Exactly. You're not a therapist, and you're not somebody who should be telling anybody how to deal with their pet problems.
Yet, I continued. I didn't just tell people who were victims how to deal with it. I would condemn them if they didn't do it the way that I told them to handle it. And this is how I told them to do it.
Oh, shut up. Oh, whiny bastard.
I would say, if you don't report this person, you are helping them. Some might see that as true.
Oh, dear God, man. Seriously? Seriously? Shut up.
But you'd have to be completely emotionally detached from the scenario.
What? See, your warped, twisted view of humanity is worse than mine.
To think that that was an appropriate agenda to push. When you go through something like being violated or otherwise, taken advantage of or illegally assaulted or something like that, when you go through that.
You notice how he uses words like illegally all the time? Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about half the time.
In a lot of instances, you're asking yourself if it was your fault. You're asking yourself, if you go to court, are they going
So you're basically continuing your narrative of victim shaming. Okay.
to shame you? Do you want to relive everything that you went through? And that's the thing with a lot of victims is if they even start to bring it up, they'll break down crying and they can't get through it. Um,
Well, you don't know what people go through. You don't know how people have to. You don't know what people have been through. All right, you don't know, dude. Stop trying to pretend like you know everything, which you don't. You're 34 years old with 2 children, which you don't take care of.
and that's something that people don't seem to recognize a lot is when someone goes through something, more often than not, it seems like they can't even talk about it.
Exactly. Then they don't have to.
And if they do talk about it, they're terrified that nobody's going to believe them. And so they almost feel like, what's the point in talking about it? Because their story is so difficult for the world to accept.
So you're admitting to what you did to the other people? Maybe? I don't know what this. Where are you going with this?
Even if it is true. But I had this black and white view of the world. So I said, if you don't tell your story, you're helping them and you're bad. You're an accomplice.
Just stop trying to tell people what to do, because you can't do it.
But there's a parallel here. We say you should be pro choice because we don't want to force victims of RAPE to have the babies of RAPISTS. And
Oh dear God, he's just mouthing off right now, and he's talking out of his ass as usual.
that's a valid point. People shouldn't be forced to have the baby of people who force themselves on them. But at the same time, why should somebody who's gone through horrible trauma, and this sucks to say because it doesn't help fight crime, but it does help people understand themselves and how to deal with what they've gone through, maybe. But it's how could you ask somebody who's gone through that
Just shut your damn mouth, Greg. Fuck's sake.
to take on the burden of potentially being humiliated in court, having to face the person who did this once more, feeling like they're not going to get justice, feeling like they're helpless and that the world would just laugh at them if they were to say anything.
In 2019 or 2020? Yeah, that's not how that works, Greg. It doesn't work that way anymore. Maybe back 20 years ago, but not now.
If they were to go public about what happened to them, would it just ruin their life more than they feel it's already ruined?
Yeah, 20 years ago, this was exactly how it was, but not anymore. Even if someone mentions that word, that other person's life, even without proof, that person's life is over. So you don't know how that works anymore, do you? You don't pay attention to current events.
Would it drive them into ending their own life? So I woke up way too early. I just realized it's 5:46 a.m. But this was bothering me. It was haunting
You know, it really should bother you. The fact that Chris Hansen is wanting to talk to you and you won't talk to him. You just called the police on him.
me that I had made such ignorant statements
Because you are an ignorant douchebag?
that were so hurtful to people who only need support. So I wanted to say sorry.
There is no apathy in your voice right now.
And the reason I'm sorry, the way you can tell that I'm sorry, is because I'm correcting my actions.
Okay, whatever.
And I'm going to make an active effort to not speak for people at a disadvantage as if I know their life better than them.
That would be a first.
Because that's the thing. There's a lot of people who you never know they went through something. You never know how many
Oh, like you did to what's that one? I can't remember her name. Billy. I think it was Billy. Which you were like, they will never know how much I abuse you. Really, Greg? That's how you want to take this? You are a piece of shit, dude. No one cares for your fake apology video. Everything you do online is fake. So, are we supposed to believe this? We don't believe you, Greg.
times they've been taken advantage of or illegally violated or anything like that. You have no idea who has gone through what.
Blah 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 blah. Rant rant rant. Nothing makes sense, Greg. Make it make sense. Nobody can care.
And a lot of times they don't tell you because they think that you would laugh at them, or they think that you wouldn't take it seriously, or they think that you would say it's their fault.
No one does that. For like 10 years, nobody's done that. Why do you think we believe Sarah? Why do you think we believe everybody else that has come on the Chris Hansen show talking about you? We believe them. It's you. Your fault. You did this to them. This isn't your apology. This is you talking out of your ass and pushing your own stupid fucking narrative.
So I'm sorry. I'm
You are not sorry. Stop it.
sorry for not being more understanding. I'm sorry for trying to make it like people who have gone through something horrible are helping these people, because life isn't as simple as are you or are you not helping someone. It's
Shut the fuck up, Greg. Jesus Christ.
far more complicated, especially when you're in the shoes of those people, seeing it from their perspective.
So, are you apologizing for what you did to them, or are you admitting to your own guilt here? Because your videos aren't really clear of what you say. You're talking out of your ass at this point. You're talking about like someone is from like 2010, but you still have the mentality of someone who's 15 years old and just learning what porn was. Like God, you're so pretentious.
It is not the duty of anyone to do anything that they were forced to go through, legally or otherwise.
You don't know shit, legally or otherwise. Shut up. You want to talk about legally? You know what? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
If you go through something like that, you have no responsibilities. I would only hope that you would try to take care of yourself and that you would try to do whatever you can to heal.
So you're basically trying to force those who went through some stuff with you to not talk about it. And wow, you're really trying to gaslight your own fucking victims in this video. Jesus Christ, Greg. Fucking hell.
Your responsibility is you.
God damn it. God, Greg, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. I do have a Patreon. I want to thank everybody who has joined my Patreon and has joined my Discord. You can join me on Discord through Patreon, and I will give you a link to the deal there if you go through it. Let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comment section, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.